going on, guys? This is Eddie, aka Mr. Eddie Nunez, and today we're going back to Puerto Rico. We're going to share a Puerto Rico adventure. In this particular video, I am going to be discussing the rainforest in Puerto Rico. The rainforest is called a Yunque, and let me tell you that each and every time I go to Puerto Rico, I definitely try to visit the rainforest. Things have changed ever since COVID. Now, in order for you to actually step foot and go inside the rainforest, you do have to go ahead to the government website and apply for a ticket. Not apply, but you do have to buy a ticket, I should say. And the tickets are only $2 per vehicle. It doesn't matter how many people you have inside of your vehicle. It's just $2 straight out flat fee. And the only annoying part is that you do have to go into that website every single morning and try to check out for the date that you're looking to buy. I think you can only go 3 days in advance. So that's just a little bit of the dilemma when trying to go to El Yunque rainforest. Now, in this particular video, I do want to go ahead and narrate bits and pieces of it. So this was almost an all-day adventure. Let me first start by saying it was full of rain. I mean, it is a rainforest, but the entire time that we were there, it was on and off rain, which was very annoying. And for that reason, you won't see many drone shots. However, I was able to sneak in some hyperlapses here and there, which I was never able to let it complete to its finish because of the pouring rain. My Mavic 3 Pro got soaked at the rainforest, unfortunately. Some other shots that you'll see and some gear, I want to mention the gear that I was using here was the Sony A7R. So when you see that time lapse happening of the little fort and the fog clouds rolling through the mountains, that was shot with the A7R. You will also see some slow motion footage of just the small little waterfalls around the rainforest. That was also shot with the A7R at 4K 120 frames per second. Action cams, I had two with me. I had the GoPro Hero 10 at the dash of my car, trying to get some of that time warp as I was navigating through the rainforest, as well as the Insta360 X2 for those unique perspectives, not only within and outside of the vehicle, but also as I was going ahead and hiking through the trails of the rainforest, which we'll get to in a second. So from where I was staying, which is Isla Verde, to El Yunque rainforest is only about an hour and 30 minutes by car. I always rent a vehicle and I drive myself in Puerto Rico. So it's an easy roads, easy destination to get to. It's not very complicated at all. It's almost like a straight shot on the highway. Once you approach the actual rainforest and you're at kind of like the foot at the bottom of the rainforest and you're kind of climbing up, you'll see that the roads get narrow, and that's where you have some of that zigzagging curvy road, but all relatively very easy roads, tons of signs everywhere. One hack that I will tell you is make sure that you go ahead and download the rainforest on Google Maps, download the area, because as soon as you kind of enter the vicinity of the rainforest, you lose cell phone reception. And there are a few roads and a few different destinations that you can go to within the rainforest, and you want to make sure that you have a full map downloaded on your phone so that you always have, you know, your location and you can navigate to other various places within or even exit the rainforest without a problem. So about a third of the way or a mile into the rainforest, you'll notice a checkpoint, and this checkpoint, as I shared earlier, is where you have the park rangers kind of giving you the rules and regulations of the park, but also making sure that you are on their reservation list and that you do have a ticket. Getting a ticket is very easy. You just got to have some patience and wake up early in the morning and make sure that you reserve the exact date and time that you want to visit the rainforest. You only have a short period of time, a short window to go ahead and reserve that for the next day or the following day. Once you go ahead and clear the checkpoint with the park rangers, you'll go ahead and proceed maybe about a quarter of a mile in, and you'll find your first destination, which is a small little fort that you can actually go up and see and kind of get a holistic view of the rainforest. It's a very easy walk up, not difficult at all, and it's quite enjoyable. So in this trip here, I went ahead and went upstairs with the Insta360. I got some footage of myself going up the steps, got some footage of different locals as well as they were coming up and down. I did go ahead and poke my head through the window as I went up and got to see like different perspectives and different portions of the rainforest as I'm increasing on my elevation. Once I got to the top, it is a wonderful, breathtaking view, and the air up there just smells so natural and is really cool. I did go right back down. Didn't spend much time up there because there were other destinations that I wanted to go visit, but I also wanted to fly the drone, and that was the problem throughout my whole trip here in the rainforest. It was flying my drone, and not from a legal perspective. I think it is okay to fly your drone there. I did check, the Before You Fly app. It is part of the United States. I also did check signage all throughout the rainforest, and I didn't see anything specifically prohibiting drones. But what did hinder my drone experience was all the rain. Like I said earlier, every hyperlapse that I started was easily and quickly interrupted because of the rain. Clouds was just rolling in. It will be a short little rainstorm, about 5-10 minutes, and the rain will stop. But it just happened too frequently that I wasn't able to complete a full hyperlapse. And because of all the taking off and landing, I also didn't even capture any just regular video of the rainforest, since I was trying to really focus in on my money shot, which was clouds moving through the mountains. After we finished in that small little fort, there is a small little waterfall right by the parking lot area. I did go ahead and stop here and just shoot some photos of that small little waterfall. I have photos of my kids there. They were tiny. They were about 6 and 8 years old, I believe, at the time. And this was years ago. We took a photo there, and we replicated the photo there again this year. It is a really cool little waterfall to just kind of listen to the natural ambient sound of the rainforest. Proceeding through the road and going deeper into the rainforest, there is a very popular trail called Burtons Trail. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down here just in case I'm getting it wrong. It is about a 1.5 mile hike that you do have to take. The hike was very easy in my opinion. There's small little narrow roads that lead you all the way to this little fort, and the fort is about 3,000 feet in elevation. And this was another interesting time because during that walk, during that hike, there was literally nothing but rain all the way through. Although the hike, like I said, was a relatively easy one, it is time consuming. You do have to take your time with it. You have to go ahead and just maneuver at your own pace because the little paths are so narrow that you have to share it with the other people that are either getting to the destination and you're passing them, or they're returning and going back down to where your cars are parked. So it is quite interesting. What is very cool though is that along the way there are several various little rest stops that you can stop and just relax. They have like little canopies where you can shield yourself from the sun if there is any sun, but you're also in such a like wilderness area, a tropical rainforest. You have all these trees over you as well that are also shielding you from any potential sun. But you want to make sure that you also carry water and that you are carrying some snacks, because I think you might need it. Now, as we approach the end of that trail, we finally made it. We made it to the little tower that is so well known in this tropical rainforest. But unfortunately for us, like I said, it was a lot of rain. Once we made it to the top, there was literally nothing but fog. And then to make it even worse, a huge thunderstorm rolled through right when we were there, right when we were experiencing it. We waited a little bit inside, trying to kind of, shelter ourselves from all the rain. Gave it about 15-20 minutes for it to see if it was going to potentially pass through, but this storm was there to stay. And now it was time to head back to the car and get soaked through all that rain. Now, getting back to the car, we were absolutely drenched. Good thing that we had swimsuits with us, because we thought that we were going to be able to go also enjoy this small little river that's there where you can actually go in and swim. But because of all the rain, that didn't happen, and we don't need to go swimming when we got soaked. So we headed back to the car, changed, and headed home, and concluded our trip to a Yunque rainforest. So the reason why I'm kind of sharing all of this and putting this video together is that if you are thinking about going to a Yunque National Rainforest in Puerto Rico, go ahead and do so. A lot of times, many tourists visit Puerto Rico and don't actually make it to all these great destinations that's within the island. This is something that is absolutely free, besides just the $2 administration fee that only took effect after COVID. And there is no reason why you actually went to the island of Puerto Rico and did not visit the National Rainforest. It is such a wonderful experience. Just tranquility. You hear everything that's happening, all the natural sounds that's occurring, little waterfalls throughout. You have all these different exotic animals, all these different exotic birds, just the views from all the different various lookout points. It is phenomenal, and nothing is too tough to get to. I know there's a lot of myths in Puerto Rico, especially from like the actual natives that live there, saying that once you go into the Yunque National Rainforest, you don't make it out. And that is not true at all. I think it's just one of those old myths, all folk tales that, maybe was true back in the days, but it is no longer. Now, I do want to caution you, there is some really natural gems also in the rainforest that I, even myself, have never experienced. There is like this natural pool somewhere in the rainforest. There's also like a natural water slide where people navigate to this specific location within the rainforest, and there's, a slide, there's a natural pool, etc. I've never been to those locations, but I think that's where you can kind of find yourself in trouble if you start to kind of venture off the paths and you don't know where you're actually headed. It could be dangerous, so just be very careful with that. But otherwise, if you stay on the main roads, you stay on the main trails, it is a beautiful experience, and I highly recommend it for you and your family. I don't have anything more to say. I did want to go ahead and just put this together because I know that the rainforest is a top destination within Puerto Rico, and you can do it with a tour guide, you can do it with an excursion company, or you can just simply do it yourself with your own rental car. So that's pretty much it. That's all that I have to share about Yunque, the National Rainforest in Puerto Rico. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, any doubts, any comments about this. I'll be sure to go ahead and help you out as much as I can and respond to many messages throughout this video. So thank you again for tuning in. We have just one more Puerto Rico adventure, and then we're gonna head back to our normal schedule of drone content, reviews, etc. and such. But until then, let's keep enjoying some of these vacation videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.